very good rewards on the day of judgment, and he knows what these other people, these fake Muslims, he knows what he will give them also. So if they think they are deceiving the Muslims, they are not deceiving the Muslims. If they think they are deceiving Allah, they can't deceive Almighty Allah. وَمَا يَخْدَعُونَ إِلَّا أَنفُسَهُمْ. Allah says, they are not deceiving anybody except themselves. They are only they are deceiving themselves, only they don't know that it's themselves they are deceiving. Almighty Allah says, "Fi kulubihim maradun fasadahumullahu maradan." That in their hearts there is a disease. They have created this. They have chosen to create disease in their own hearts, and Almighty Allah has increased that disease for them. The process of creating this disease in their own heart is that by choice, Almighty Allah has stated in His book that believe in Almighty Allah, believe in Him, don't disbelieve in Him. All what you need to believe in Almighty Allah, they have all been stated. Believe in Allah, say your prayers, perform Hajj, give zakat, fast in the month of Ramadan. All these are part of your belief. That is a rule. So, but if you abandon all this and you are doing some other things, then you are disbelieving. Almighty Allah has set the criteria for you to follow. The example I can give, which will make us understand this thing properly, the live example, when I was serving in Liberia during the war of Castilla War. All of us that were in Monrovia that time were warned. If you remember the way that war started, Castillo had already entered Monrovia and was already in so many areas there with his soldiers. For ECOMOG, Babangida was the president of Nigeria at that time. Before they put ECOMOG together, ECOMOG is a kind of multinational joint venture between African countries to go and save Liberia. But before they were put together and before they got to Monrovia, Castillo, who was the rebel that is fighting to take over the government, had already taken over Monrovia. So when ECOMOG came, they landed by force and they have to fight their way to push Castillo, the rebel, push him away from Monrovia, the capital of the city. They succeeded in pushing him away. Himself and his soldiers, they pushed them away to a city which is called Banga. It's like Abuja. Yeah, let's say Abuja is the capital. Banga is Gwagwalada. So the soldiers, the ECOMOG soldiers, pushed him to Gwagwalada, for example. It's Banga. They push him there, and they are now policing the boundary between Gwagwalada and Abuja. So when diplomats came back, all the embassy have to run away. But when eventually we came back to Monrovia, they told us that there is a red light. You want to be safe, and you don't want to lose your life, don't go beyond certain area. They call it red light. Say you cannot go to Barbara because Chancellor is there with his people. So they will say Barbara is on the way to They say, okay, let's say the airport, you know the airport junction, that is the red light, and there are ECOMOG soldiers there. You cannot cross that place. And they will tell you, if you cross that place, you are going to fall into the hands of the state law. We can guarantee your security as long as you do not cross the red light. The same thing is what Almighty Allah is trying to explain to us here. Your security is guaranteed as long as you don't cross the red light. What is the red light? The red light is that don't cross over to disbelief. Stay where Almighty Allah has to stay. That is, be a Muslim, be a believer, believe in Almighty Allah, do all those things that you are supposed to do. As long as you are in that range, you are secure. But if you cross out into disbelief, then you will see a lot of things there, and whatever you get there, you have chosen to do that. So when we're in Monrovia, we will never go beyond that red light. But the moment you are approaching the red light, you warn yourself that, although there are still ECOMOG soldiers there manning that junction, but you know they are soldiers. They are soldiers, and of course, fight can erupt anytime. Chancellor is still making effort to overrun Liberia, in Monrovia, in spite of the fact that ECOMOG was there. There is still threats. So much so that all of us that were serving there at that time, all of us, including, in fact, there are not many embassies there at that time. Apart from the American embassy, there is Nigerian embassy, and there is British embassy. All other embassies, they didn't come back because they knew that the situation was bad. And we that we were there as staff, I think the Nigerian embassy, apart from the ambassador, we had about 5 or 6 other officers there. For you to know that the situation is tense, at any point in time, whatever matters to you must be with you. Like your money, your passport, your identity card, and your tickets. So when you are in your house, you tie it to yourself and sleep. When you go out, you say you are going to office, you are going to work, or you are going anywhere, all those things that matter to you, they have to be with you. Because if you go like this, you are not sure that you are coming back to that place. It happens so many times. You leave home, like, oh, I'm going to the embassy. As soon as you are on your way, you see pockets of Chancellor's boys. They are breaking into the way, and they are fighting, they are shooting here and there. Only if you say ECOMOG will be called, before ECOMOG comes, you know what will happen. So, and sometimes you'll be in the office, the same thing will happen. For about 1.5 years, we were living under that condition. It is similar to the example is similar to what we are reading in the Quran. Don't cross the boundary. Almighty Allah has set the boundary clearly. And the boundary is that follow Allah. Allah is your creator. He has sent a guidance to you, and He has put in that guidance everything that will deliver you. He will guarantee you security. If you cross out, then of course, you are choosing to cross out yourself. That's why Almighty Allah says, "Fi qulubihim maradun." If somebody were to say, they say red light, I want to see what is behind the red light. What can Chancellor do if I cross that red light? And you know whatever you get there, you look for it, isn't it? You chose it, you look for it. So whatever you find there, it has been stated that this is it. Don't do this. This is what you should be doing. If you now go out of your way to do what you are warned not to do, especially when the warning is coming from Almighty Allah, then you cause your problem. That is what this verse is saying. وَلَهُمْ عَذَابٌ عَلِيمٌ بِمَا كَانُوا يَكْسِبُونَ. Almighty Allah says, by crossing the boundary that Almighty Allah has set for them, they have severe punishment waiting for them.
وإذا قيل لهم لا تفسدوا في الأرض قالوا إنما نحن مصلحون ألا إنهم هم المفسدون ولكن لا يشعرون.
Almighty Allah says,
وإذا قيل لهم لا تفسدوا في الأرض
when they are told that you are spreading corruption on earth, stop spreading corruption on earth. All this thing that you are doing is corruption. Stop it. Look at the evil in every society. Like in our own society here in Nigeria. Look at all the evils that have been committed, which we keep talking about every day. When evil is committed and we hear about it, we are saddened, isn't it? Like all these bad things that have been done, especially those people that they want to be rich at any cost. Yes, they want to be at all costs. They want to be rich. They don't care whether to take a human life so that they can become rich. This is corruption. And when they are told that it's not good to do this type of things, they will say no. They are not the one that is spreading corruption. That's why Almighty Allah says, "Why that kill Allah? Not to see do
قيل لهم لا تفسدوا في الأرض قالوا إنما نحن مصلحون ألا إنهم هم المفسدون ولكن لا يشعرون.
The same thing goes with those people we talked about here 2 days ago that are in charge of treasury of the treasury of the country, and whose the only aim they have, the only objective is to keep stealing money, and because they believe that no, it's not anybody's money, it's a national cake. It's the same thing goes to them because that is corruption. They will pretend as if they are what they are doing is to use this money to develop the country, to set up a lot of things, create facilities that will be beneficial to the people. But in actual fact, they are loading their pockets.
ولكن لا يشعرون
They will give such pretext, but we know that is not what they mean, because if you ask them, since all these years that we have been having budget and budget and budget, why is it that the country is still suffering?
وإذا قيل لهم آمنوا كما آمن الناس قالوا أنؤمن كما آمن السفهاء ألا إنهم السفهاء ولكن لا يعلمون.
وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ آمِنُوا كَمَا آمَنَ النَّاسُ, when they admonish them, what you are doing is not good. Why don't you do good things just like other people that are doing it? Look at the people that are doing good things, also do good things. They believe in Almighty Allah and they are doing what Almighty Allah commanded them to do, and they keep away from those sins that Almighty Allah has them to keep away from. They will answer,
كما آمن الناس قالوا أنؤمن كما آمن السفهاء.
they will say, do you want us to believe like those fools? To them, those who are doing the work, those who are following the command of Almighty Allah, to them, they are fools. So they call it that we cannot do what those fools are doing. They are fools. For example, they are in a position to steal money. They are not stealing money. They are fools. To them, they are fools. They are in a position to better the lot of the people around, but they will not do it. And those who are doing it, to them, they are fools because they are just wasting their time and wasting their money.
ألا إنهم السفهاء
Almighty Allah says that in reality, innahum humus sufaha. They are the fools. They are the fools. They themselves, they are the fools. Walakin la ya'lamun, but they do not know.
إذا لقوا الذين آمنوا قالوا آمنا إذا خلوا إلى شياطينهم قالوا إنا معكم إنما نحن مستهزئون.
These people that we are talking about, Almighty Allah says,
وإذا لقوا الذين آمنوا قالوا
those hypocrites, when they meet, when they come across Muslims, they want to pretend and they will say, we are also Muslim like you. You are Muslim, we are Muslims.
وإذا خلوا إلى شياطينهم قالوا إنا معكم
إنما نحن But by the time they leave you and they get back to their idols, they will go and tell their idols and their co-worshippers of idols that
قالوا إنا معكم
they will say, don't mind them, we are strongly, we are firmly with you.
إنما نحن مستهزئون إنما نحن
They will tell their idol that never mind what we are telling those Muslims, so we are firmly with you here. Innama nahnu mustahzi'un. We are only mocking them. We are making mockery of them by saying that, oh, don't worry, we believe this, we believe in your God, we are Muslim, we are making mockery of them.
الله يستهزئ بهم ويمدهم في طغيانهم يعمهون الله يستهزئ بهم ويمدهم في طغيانهم يعمهون.
Almighty Allah says, leave them. Allahu yastahzi'u bihim. They say they are mocking the Muslim, but Almighty Allah Himself will mock them Himself.
ويمدهم في طغيانهم
And will leave them to continue to wander away in their disbelief. Almighty Allah will leave them to continue to wander away in that their disbelief. He will allow them to continue to do it so that their sin will continue to mount up.
أولئك الذين اشتروا الضلالة بالهدى فما ربحت تجارتهم وما كانوا مهتدين وما ربحت تجارتهم وما كانوا مهتدين.
أولئك الذين اشتروا الضلالة بالهدى. Almighty Allah says, those people, they are the people that have spent their guidance. They have exchanged their guidance. They have guidance. The guidance came to them, and they have they have the opportunity of keeping to this guidance so that it will guide their life and their death. But they expended this guidance for error. They exchanged their guidance for error. Instead of holding to their own guidance, they put it away and they follow the path of error. And Almighty Allah says that if you exchange your guidance for error, such business will never profit. You will come to know that you have committed the blunder because you are not going to get any profit. The time you will need that profit most, it's going to let you down. And when is that time? On the day of judgment, by the time it's clear to you that God sent guidance to me, I didn't follow it. It was not God who said you should not follow it. You chose not to follow it. And Almighty Allah, it is then you will, and that will be the time you really need the profit. We as Muslims, what we are working for is that on that day we want our profit to be huge, so that inshallah we will go to Al Jannah and Almighty Allah will be happy with us. Anything apart from that, whatever you are on earth is the Lord. So if you alone control all the wealth of this world, on that day you will know that you have lost.
أولئك الذين جاءوا الضلالة بالهدى فما ربحت تجارتهم وما كانوا مهتدين وما ربحت تجارتهم وما كانوا مهتدين.
Having battered the guidance for an error, Almighty Allah says,
وما ربحت تجارتهم
their business will not bring in any profit for them on the day of judgment. And of course, they will not be rightly guided again.
مثلهم كمثل الذي استوقد نارا فلما أضاءت ما حوله ذهب الله بنورهم وتركهم في ظلمات لا يبصرون.
Almighty Allah also gives us a similitude of those people in this verse. And He says,
مثلهم كمثل الذي استوقد نارا.
Allah says their example is like the example of somebody who is in complete darkness. He's in complete darkness.
استوقد نارا فلما أضاءت ما حوله.
And while in this darkness, he was able the light was sent to him. He brought light to this darkness, and the light shows everything around him for him.
ذهب الله بنورهم وتركهم في ظلمات لا يبصرون.
And when this light is supposed to be of great advantage to him, of course, the light was taken away from him again, and he was again back in darkness. Such a person will know, then he will know by the time he comes back again into darkness, he will know the benefit of light. But Allah said that's the example.
صم بكم عمي فهم لا يرجعون. صم بكم عمي
This verse says, "Sumum bukumun umyun fahum la yarji'un." They are deaf, dumb, and blind. How do you communicate with such people? And don't forget that in the verse we have read before, Allah said that Khatam Allahu ala qulubihim wa ala sam'ihim wa ala absarihim gishawa. It's the same thing that is being repeated here. They are deaf, dumb, and blind. So how do you communicate with them?
فهم لا يرجعون.
So whatever they are doing, they will not go back from it. They will continue to do what they are doing.
أو كصيب من السماء فيه ظلمات ورعد وبرق يجعلون أصابعهم في آذانهم من الصواعق حذر الموت
Almighty Allah also gives us another similitude, and He says,
أو كصيب من السماء فيه ظلمات
Allah says it's also like rainstorm from the sky. Bi izulumat. In this rainstorm from the sky, there is darkness.
رعد وبرق
There is darkness, there is thunder, and there is lightning.
وبرق يجعلون أصابعهم في آذانهم من الصواعق حذر
Whenever there was the lightning occurred, Almighty Allah says, يَجْعَلُونَ أَصَابِعَهُمْ فِي آذَانِهِمْ مِنَ الصَّوَاعِقِ حَذَرَ الْمَوْتِ. When there is thunderclap, they put their fingers to cover their ears because they are so scared of death. They don't want to die because they know that thing, when there is a serious thunderclap, it can really kill them. So they put their fingers in their ears as a result of their fear of death.
الله محيط
And Almighty Allah says, He is muhitum bil kafirin, that He encompasses the disbelievers. If He want to destroy them with that thunderclaps, He will do it. He has the power to do it. So all this putting their fingers in their ears does not matter. Almighty Allah is not ready to kill them if they survive. If you want to destroy them with that, Allah says He encompasses all of them.
يكاد البرق يخطف أبصارهم كلما أضاء لهم مشوا فيه وإذا أظلم عليهم قاموا ولو شاء الله لترك بسببهم وأبصارهم إلا الله على كل شيء قدير
Now,
يكاد البرق يخطف أبصارهم
Almighty Allah says, whenever there is that lightning, yakadul baruku yakhtufu absarahum, the lightning almost snatch away their sight. I don't know whether any of us here has witnessed such condition. When you will be in the darkness and there will be a storm and there will be lightning, there will be all these things. When that lightning comes like this, it will lighten the whole place. That's what the Quran is trying. That's what the Quran is trying to explain to us. And the Quran says,
يكاد البرق يخطف أبصارهم
when the lightning strikes like this, yakadul barku yakhtof absarahum, the lightning so bright that it can almost take away their eyes. It can blow their eyes.
كلما أضاء لهم مشوا فيه
But as soon as that light strikes and they settle down, mashawfihi, with the light that they can see, they will be walking quickly with the help of that light.
وإذا أظلم عليهم قاموا
But you know that light doesn't stay too long. Just for a while, and of course, it will disappear again. When it disappears, they can't see anything again. And they will remain standing still wherever they are.
ولو شاء الله لذهب بسببهم وأبصارهم إلا الله على كل شيء قدير
Almighty Allah says that's an example for them. If Almighty Allah wills, He could, with that lightning, take away their ears and their eyes.
إلا الله على كل شيء